following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, home for the great games. Sports Time Machine is taking us back to August 5th, 1967, Saturday afternoon baseball between the Boston Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. Hi everyone, Glenn Walker again from the Replay Sports Channel. It's our 1967 baseball replay. We are now 2 months away till the end of the regular season, and we have an amazing American League race going on. We have two of those teams taking part today in this Saturday afternoon baseball classic. First, tell you a little bit about the Boston Red Sox. They head in today at 61-41, and as you can see by the records here, they are just a game behind Detroit. They were tied a day ago, but they lost in a marathon game on Friday night to Minnesota. More on that later. Minnesota, they're a few games back. They're tied with California in the middle of the pack of the American League. Starting pitchers for today, Boston will be bringing out 31-year-old fastballer, right-hander Lee Stange. Stange comes in with a 4-1 record and a 3.22 ERA. This will be his 14th start of the season and his third start versus Minnesota. Minnesota, again, heading in just one game below 500 at 51-52, tied for sixth in the American League. They'll be bringing out Dave Boswell. Boswell, 6-6. Pitching record, 3.17 ERA, 22 years old, fastball pitcher, making his 21st start of the season. Minnesota has struggled at home so far this season. They're just 24-28 at Metropolitan Stadium, and also 32-38 versus right-handers. Boston, meanwhile, are the true road warriors so far this year. 34-18 on the road, 48-31 versus right-hand pitching. So let's go ahead and take you out down to the field as we get started. I want to welcome everybody who's watching us live on our YouTube channel streaming tonight. Feel free to leave your comments here. I'll be checking those as we move along. We want to welcome new subscriber Robert, who just subscribed today. Thank you so much for joining us. So today's weather here at Metropolitan Stadium, as you can expect, early August, it's going to be hot, 85 degrees, slight wind from right field, and there is a chance of rain. Those of you who watched our previous Saturday game of the week will remember we actually had a rain delay between Detroit and Chicago. So we're ready for the first pitch.
Play ball!
And let's go ahead and set up those lineups for you. Let's take a look at that Minnesota outfield. Allison, Ulander, and Oliva are the outfielders. First base, Harmon Killebrew. Tovar is at second. Versailles is the shortstop, and Rollins at third. Catching today will be Nixon, and as we mentioned, Dave Boswell will be on the mound. Out to bat first for Boston is Mike Andrews. Andrews, the second baseman, hitting .271. Just underway here in Minnesota. This one's a grounder heading toward left center field, and Andrews is on with a single. So Ulander picks it up, fires it back in. Andrews continues to be very successful against Minnesota pitching. That'll bring up Joe Foy, the third baseman, right-hander, hitting .239. One man on, no outs. This one's a high fly ball to right field. Oliva is under it. Andrews will hold at first base, and we have our first out of the afternoon. Carl Strimsky up to bat, and Strimsky's having an amazing year. Listen to some of these statistics so far. Batting average, .343, best in the American League. Home runs, 35. RBIs, 93. Runs, 99. Strimsky digs in, one out. Andrews on at first. This one's a grounder toward Tovar. Throws, but not in time. Yastrzemski is on at first. Andrews safe at second. I'm sorry, Versailles with the throw, not Tovar. And Boston already have two men on. And next up to bat is Tony Conigliaro. Conigliaro, right fielder, hitting .286. This one's a high popper to center field. Uhlaender makes the catch. Andrews is going to hold up at second. 2 outs, and George Scott, the first baseman, hitting .280, steps up to the plate. This one's a grounder past the third baseman. Allison's having some difficulty. Andrews is going to round third and score. Strimsky holds up at third. Scott with a stand-up double. 3 hits already for the Boston Red Sox in the top half of the first inning, and they lead 1-0. Boswell in some early trouble here as the shortstop, Rico Petrocelli, comes up to the plate, hitting .275. That last play, the play that Allison had trouble with, he will be scored with the error on that play. E7 if you're keeping score at home. 2 out, Boston lead 1-0. Strimsky at third, Scott at second. Petrocelli at the plate. This one's a hopper over to Killebrew. Killebrew's going to take it in himself, and mercifully for Minnesota, the top half of the first inning ends. We have 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. Boston leads, Minnesota coming up to bat. Take a look at that Boston outfield for you. Strimsky is at left field, Reggie Smith at center, Tony Conigliaro at right field. Scott is at first base, Andrews at second, Petrocelli at shortstop, Foy at third. Catching today is Elston Howard. Those of you keeping track in the 1967 maybe remember earlier in this week, the New York Yankees traded Elston Howard to Boston for the famous player to be named later designation. Lee Stange, 31 years old, right-hander, getting ready to pitch against his first batter, who will be Zolo Versalis. I hope I'm saying that name right. Versalis struggling at the plate this year, hitting .172. This one's a hopper over to Andrews. Andrews, no problem, throws it to Scott, 1 away. Cesar Tovar, the second baseman, hitting .280. Steps into the plate. This one, another one toward Andrews, and another easy throw to Scott, 2 away. And next at batter for Minnesota is Tony Oliva, right fielder, batting left, hitting .309 this season. Stange looks for the sign from Howard. Howard playing his first game for Boston since the trade. This one's a high fly ball. Third baseman Foy has it. No problems there. Easy 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox. We've completed 1. Boston leads at 1-0. Bottom of the order coming up for Boston. Smith, Howard, and Stange coming up. Boswell already thrown 25 pitches in that first inning. Reggie Smith coming up to the plate. .272 hitter, batting left. This one's heading toward right field. Oliva back to the warning track, gets it, makes the out. 1 away. Elston Howard now. This will be his first at bat in the Boston Red Sox uniform. A lot of controversy over the trade. The media, pundits, wondering why the Yankees made a deal like this. Howard hits one toward Versalis, and he throws it to Killebrew, 2 away. The pitcher, Lee Stange, is up with 2 away. Boswell delivers. This one's a grounder toward Versalis. Easy toss over to Killebrew, 3 outs. So we're through 1.5. Boston leads 1-0. Middle of the order for Minnesota, Killebrew, Allison, and Rollins. Harmon Killebrew digging into the batter's box. .244 hitter. Good crowd here today at Metropolitan Stadium, despite the threatening skies of rain. This one's a high fly ball to center field. Reggie Smith makes a great catch. One away. Bob Allison, left fielder, hitting .228, is the next batter. This one's a grounder toward Strimsky, and Allison will record the first hit for Minnesota in this ball game off stage. Rich Rollins now comes to the plate with one out, one man on. Rollins, third baseman, hitting .255 so far this season. This one, line drive toward Foy. Foy tosses it back in, and he gets Allison on the tag. Nice pickoff of Allison, and that's two complete. No runs, one hit, no errors. Boston leads it 1-0. Go to the top of the third now. You're just joining us. Boston scored first. Andrews scored a run. He's back up to the plate now. Singled to left center in his first at bat. Boswell had a rough first inning, but a little bit easier second inning. Now he settles in for the third. And strikes out Andrews for his first K of the game. Joe Foy flew out to deep right center his last time up. This one's a bouncer towards center field. Eulander will take care of it, but Foy gets to first base. Fourth hit given up by Boswell, and out will come Carl Yastrzemski. Strimsky hit a single his first time up, which moved Andrews into scoring position to second base. Again, Yastrzemski, 35 home runs, leads the American League. Foy leaning a little bit off first base under the watchful eye of Killebrew. And Yastrzemski is walked. Boswell issues his first walk of the game. Foy moves over to second. Tony Conigliaro flew out to right center at his first at-bat. Boston looking to threaten again. This one's a line drive toward Rollins. Rollins makes a great catch. Foy and Yastrzemski hold up at their respective bases. Two away. And George Scott, the first baseman, comes to the plate. His single was the RBI that provided the run for Andrews, and gives us our current score of 1-0. Two out, Foy at second, Yastrzemski at first. And Boswell gets a second strikeout to end the Boston half of the third inning. No runs, one hit, no errors. We're through 2.5. Boston with a 1-0 lead. Again, appreciate your comments in the YouTube channel, and also make sure to subscribe so you get up-to-date information when we go live with games. Ted Eulander will start us off in the Minnesota half of the third inning. Plays center field, bats left, and is hitting .208 this year. Ground ball toward Andrews. Andrews with the easy toss towards Scott. One away. Russ Nixon, the catcher. Left-handed hitter, hitting .263. This one's another grounder toward Andrews. A lot of pitch and catch here for Andrews today. Makes another easy out. And the pitcher for the Twins, Dave Boswell, facing two outs. Will take on Stange. And Boswell is struck out. no runs, no hits, no errors. We're through 3 innings, and the score is Boston 1, Minnesota nothing. Hey, baseball fans, I'll tell you about our next broadcast coming up. We'll travel back in time to August 12th, 1967. We're going to stay here at Metropolitan Stadium. The Twins will be playing host to the Chicago White Sox. Coming into today's game, the Chicago White Sox were in 3rd place, just 7.5 games behind Detroit. So we'll stay here in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, to bring you that game. So again, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get information when that game, or also our Facebook page as well. And football fans, we have not forgotten about you. We're going to conclude Week 10 of our 2021 WFL season with a Southern Division showdown. The Orlando Apollos, under the amazing season that Josh Allen is having so far, will pay a visit to the Houston Roughnecks. Rookie Joe Burrow makes his first primetime appearance in the WFL for the Houston Roughnecks, so that'll be coming up as well. So those are just a couple of the upcoming events we have coming up for you here on the Replay Sports channel. All right, we're going to move on to the top of the 4th inning. So far for Boston, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, 4 men left on base. Minnesota, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, no men left on base. Rico Petrocelli will get us started. First time up, he grounded out to first. This one's a high fly ball. Eulander, no problem. Under it, puts it away, 1 out. Reggie Smith, the center fielder, flew out to deep right in his first at-bat. This one's a grounder toward Tovar. Tovar with the easy toss back to Killebrew, 2 away. Elston Howard, the catcher, grounded out to short in his first at-bat, playing in his first game in a Boston Red Sox uniform. Traded over from the Yankees earlier in the week. This one, a line drive right toward Rosales, makes the catch. And Rosales will start off the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Twins. We're through 3.5. Boston leads it 1-0. I'd like to say hi to all the folks that are watching us on YouTube. Appreciate your comments. And we'll try to say hi to you as we move along in the game. Rosales grounded out to second in his first at-bat. This one's a dribbler toward Petrocelli. Petrocelli gets him out in time. Nice throw by Petrocelli. Cesar Tovar is up to bat next. Grounded out to second in his first at-bat. This one's a bouncer towards center field. Smith's going to have to get on his horse to come after it. And Tovar is safe at first. So just the second hit allowed by Stange so far today. Tovar is on at first. And Tony Oliva will now come to the plate. Oliva popped to third. Tovar is a stealing threat, and he might look to make a heist here at second base. Carefully being watched by Scott. Stange looking over his shoulder. There he goes, the runner, and Tovar is safe. That's his 12th stolen base on the season. So Tovar now at second. Oliva at the batting box. This one's another dribbler towards center field. Smith's having trouble. Tovar being waved home. We've got a tie ball game. So a mishap there in the outfield as Smith juggled the ball. Oliva will end up with a double. And up to the plate comes Harmon Killebrew. Harmon Killebrew, second to Carl Yastrzemski in home runs with 27 home runs, and also second to Yaz in RBIs with 76. He flew out to left center in his first at-bat of this game. Twins tied up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Smith looking at his glove to see what happened here. This one. Line drive toward Strimsky. Strimsky's going to try to dive for it. He makes a great play. Great play by Carl Yastrzemski. Makes the catch, gets the out. Oliva will stay at second. 2 away. And Bob Allison is coming to the plate. Line to single. So up until this inning, Allison had the only hit for Minnesota. They've now tied the game. These two teams were up late last night. They played a 17-inning marathon that lasted just over 5 hours. Minnesota won that game 3-2. Rod Carew scored from second base after an Oliva single to left field. It was tied 2-2 for the longest time. So these players did not get a lot of sleep last night. And Allison is struck out. So that'll end the inning. The Twins do score a run on 2 hits and 1 error. We're through 4. We're tied at 1 apiece. The pitcher for Boston Red Sox, Lee Stange, coming up to the plate. 0 for 1, grounded out to short his first time up. This one's a dribbler toward Tovar. Tovar makes a great play. Throws it back to Killebrew. 1 out. Great glove work there by Tovar. Mike Andrews now up to the plate. This is his third at bat, I'm sorry. Struck out his last time at bat. It's a high pop ball. Rollins is under it, no problem. Puts it away, 2 gone. Joe Foy steps up to the plate. He hit a single back in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2 today. This one's a high fly ball to center field. Eulander, no problems. Puts it away for the 3rd out. So nothing across the top of the 5th. We're still tied at 1 between Boston and Minnesota. Bottom half of the order coming up for the Twins. Rich Rollins, 3rd baseman. Line 1 to 3rd back in the 2nd inning. And that was the play that Allison got caught just off first base, if you'll remember. And Rollins is struck out. So Lee Stange has now struck out 3 Twins batters. Ted Eulander grounded out to second in his first at-bat. This one's a dribbler toward first base. Scott's going to throw it to an oncoming Stange for the tag. 2 gone. And out will come the catcher, Russ Nixon. Nixon grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Lee Stange has just now thrown over 50 pitches in the game so far. This one's heading toward right field foul territory. Conigliaro is going to chase anyway, but it's into the seats. Souvenir territory for some lucky fan here at Metropolitan Stadium. This one's heading toward Foy. Foy with a quick throw back over to Scott, and he's out. So 3 out. We're done with 5. Score is tied 1-1. We've got a good ball game going on here between Boston and Minnesota. 2 American League opponents. Tell you a little bit about some of the scores from around the league. Out in Pittsburgh, the Dodgers edge Pittsburgh Pirates 8-7. Ferrara 3 for 4, a run and 3 RBIs. And up in Philadelphia, the Phillies are crushing the Astros 10-3. Dick Allen, another great game. 2 for 5, 1 run, 2 RBIs, a double, and a home run. And of course, any of you Boston Red Sox fans out there want to know this one. Detroit has won at Cleveland. They defeated the Indians 4-3. Earl Wilson went a complete 9 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, and struck out 5. So Detroit wins. So another important result here for Boston to try to stay keeping up with the Tigers. Carl Yastrzemski will start us off here in the 6th inning. Made that great catch an inning or so ago to stop that Twins rally back in the bottom of the 4th. 1 for 1. He was walked his last time up. Oh, and Yastrzemski hitting the midsection there. Goodness. He's all right though. He's going to take his base. Everything seems to be okay between Strimsky and Boswell. And Tony Conigliaro hitting 0 for 2 today. He lined one to third his last time up. This one's line drive toward Rollins. He's going to throw a quick throw to second, and they get the double play. Little 5-4 double play there for you keeping score at home. So 2 outs just like that. And that brings up George Scott. George Scott 1 for 2 today. He struck out back in the 3rd inning. And Scott will be walked. That's the second walk issued by Boswell today, who's slowly creeping toward 100 pitches in this game. Scott took him to the full count, full 3-2 count, and got the walk. Rico Petrocelli 0 for 2 today. Flew to deep left center back in the 4th inning. We're at the top of the 6th. We're all even at 1-1. And Boswell issues another walk. And the center fielder, Reggie Smith, is up to bat. 2 men on, 2 out. Smith 0 for 2. He grounded out to second his last time up. This one's heading toward right field, over the fence, gone. It's a 3-run homer for Smith. That's number 13 on the year. That one was sailing. And just like that, Boston take a 4-1 lead. Wow, that one just left the ballpark. And Cal Irmer, the Minnesota Twins manager, is going to pay a visit to Dave Boswell. Elston Howard coming out to the plate. The conference is over. Boswell's going to stay on the mound. Don't see any activity in the Minnesota bullpen yet. Boswell trying to get the out here. This one's toward Rollins, makes the easy throw to Killebrew, and that ends the Boston rally. 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors. We're through 5.5. Boston breaks out to a 4-1 lead over Minnesota. And we're going to probably definitely see a pitching change here because Boswell was slated to be the batter, but Irmer is going to go with a pinch hitter here. So watching closely to see. Looks like it's going to be Rich Reese. Yes, Rich Reese is going to come in, the left-hand batter. 261 hitter will be digging in the batter's box to face Stange. Bottom of the 6th. Twins trail by 3, 4-1. This one's a line drive past the shortstop, and Reese, in a pitch hitting role, makes it a single, gets on first base. Zolio Versalis is up. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to short his last time up. 26,000 people are here in attendance at Metropolitan Stadium today. A good crowd for a Saturday afternoon baseball game here in August. This one's a line drive towards center field. Smith tosses it back in, but Versalis is on safe at first. Reese moves over to second. That brings up Cesar Tovar. Tovar 1 for 2 so far today. Hit a single back in the 4th inning. Stange looks in for the signal, ready to pitch. And this one's a chopper down to center field. Reese is getting the signal to head home. Versailles will hold up at second. Tovar has a single. And Minnesota has cut the lead in half, 4-2. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Now bring up Tony Oliva. Oliva, again, the hero of last night's game. His single in the bottom of the 17th inning ended that 5-hour, 8-minute marathon that ended just after midnight earlier today on August the 5th, 1967. 1 for 2 so far today. He hit a single to right center in the 4th inning. Had that outfield error by Smith that allowed Tovar to score and gave Minnesota their first run of the day. This one's a dribbler toward Andrews. Andrews is going to get the out. Versailles and Tovar move on. Versailles at third, Tovar at second. So 1 away for Harmon Killebrew. Harmon 0 for 2 today. Line 1 to left back in the 4th inning. Killebrew could put him ahead here. The go-ahead home run. Oh, Killebrew struck out. Stange gets his 4th K of the day. Runners holding at their bases. Bob Allison, 1 for 2 today, struck out in the 4th inning. No action in the Boston bullpen. Be interesting to see as far as both teams, the number of pitchers they used last night will be available today. And another strikeout. And that will end the inning. But Minnesota scores a run. They cut the lead in half to 4-2. And again, we're going to see a pitching change here for Minnesota. And it appears it's going to be Jim Olam. Jim Olam coming in. Olam 1 for 2 so far this season, 4.39 ERA. Has pitched 41 innings, allowed 38 hits, 6 home runs, has issued 10 walks and 17 strikeouts. Top of the 7th, and the pitcher, Lee Stange, will start things off for Boston. This is a grounder over to Tovar. Tovar, easy toss over Killebrew, 1 away. We go back to the top of the order, and that was interesting. Stange came out and started. Thought we could see a pinch hitter there, but I guess with the lead, Boston is looking to keep him in probably another inning or so before they go to a reliever. Mike Andrews, 1 for 3, popped out to third base back in the 5th inning. This one's a grounder toward Oliva, and Andrews is on safely at first. And it brings up Joe Foy. Joe Foy, 1 of 3, flew out to center field back in the 5th inning. And this one's a pop-up toward left field. Allison makes the play. Andrews holds up at first, 2 away. Carl Yastrzemski, 1 for 1. His first at bat, he singled in the infield. 3rd inning, he walked, and then the 6th inning, he got plunked in the midsection by Boswell. And he's walked again. So 2nd walk issued to Yastrzemski today. That'll move Andrews over to second base. With 2 gone, Tony Conigliaro comes up. He is 0 for 3 today. Line 1 to third back in the 6th inning. This one, a blooper into center field. Eulander comes racing up to get it. Andrews will score from second. Yastrzemski moves over to third. Conigliaro is safe at first. And the Red Sox lead it 5-2. This will bring out George Scott. George Scott, 1 for 2. He walked his last time up. And he gets walked. Olam in some trouble here, and he's going to get a visit by the Minnesota manager. And we are beginning to see some warm-up activity in the Minnesota bullpen, as this result could be getting away from them. Rico Petrocelli is the next batter. 0 for 2. He walked in the 6th inning. And Olam reaches down and pulls off the strikeout to end the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Boston leads it 5-2. Lee Stange will come out for at least another inning. We do now begin to see some activity in the Boston bullpen. Rich Rollins, third baseman, 0 for 2 today. Struck out his last at bat. Thank you guys once again for joining us here on Major League Baseball 1967 replay, here on the Replay Sports channel, live on the YouTube channel. Again, hit us up for subscription to see all of our games. I'll tell you more about some future events we got coming up later. This one's a grounder toward Foy. He tosses it back to Scott for the out. Ted Eulander, the next at batter. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to first back in the 5th inning. This one heading toward Petrocelli. Petrocelli, no problems there. Throws it to Scott, 2 away. And brings out the catcher, Russ Nixon. Russ Nixon also struggling, 0 for 2. Grounded out to third his last time up. Pop up. And I think Andrews is calling for it. He's shooing Conigliaro away and makes the catch. So no hits, no runs, no hits, no errors. We are through 7 innings. Boston, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 7 men left on base. Minnesota, 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 3 men left on base. We go to the top of the 8th. And we're going to see another pitcher for Minnesota. It's going to be Mudcat Grant. Mudcat Grant will be coming out to face Reggie Smith. Reggie Smith, 3 RBIs today. Hit that 3-run homer in the 6th inning that gave Boston a 4-1 lead back in the 6th. They now lead at 5-2. Mudcat looking in for the signal. This one, line drive toward Versailles. He makes the catch. 1 away, and up comes Elston Howard. Howard 0 for 3 in his debut for the Red Sox today. Grounded to third base in his last at bat. This one, grounded toward Versailles. Versailles with a quick toss to Killebrew. 6-3 if you're keeping score. And Lee Stange is supposed to be the batter. I think we are going to see a pinch hitter here. So pitch hitter will be coming in for Lee. I think it's going to be Dalton Jones. Dalton Jones will come in. He bats left-handed, hitting .318 this season. So Lee Stange's day is done. We'll find out soon who will be coming in for him in relief. This one's a bouncer towards center field, and Jones is on safely at first. 2 away. Mike Andrews, top of the order, hit a single between first and second in the 7th inning. Mudcat Grant looking in. This one's past the second baseman for a single. Jones on his horse over to third. Andrews on safely at first. Joe Foy, 1 of 4 today. He flew out to left field in the 7th inning. Twins need to get a hold of this one and stop the onslaught here. Pop up, looks like it's heading toward Rollins. Rollins calls for the catch, makes it. And we're done through the top of the 8th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We're through 7.5 innings. Boston leads at 5-2. So we'll look now to see who's coming in for Boston. It's going to be a little bit tricky because all of the available pitchers threw last night in that 17-inning marathon we saw. So it looks like Sparky Lyle's going to get the call to the mound. He threw 22 pitches last night, so he's the freshest they have available. So cannot throw a lot of pitches today. And we also see Minnesota making some changes here. They're going to go with a pinch hitter. Frank Castro will be coming in. So Mudcat Grant's day is done. Frank Castro hitting .438, 7 of 16. Twins find themselves down 5-2. Can they come back? This one's a bouncer towards center field. Smith just tosses it back in. Castro with a hit. For Salas, 1 of 3 today. He grounded his single back in the 6th inning. This one's a high fly ball to right field. Conigliaro makes the catch. Castro stays at first, 1 away. Bottom of the 8th inning. Boston leads by 3, 5-2. Tovar, 2 for 3 today, hit a single in the 6th inning that got Minnesota to its 2-run total that they're at right now. Sparky Lyle looking in. This one's a grounder toward Petrocelli. Petrocelli gets the force out at second, but not able to get the double play at first. So Tovar's on safe at first. Tony Oliva to the plate, 1 of 3, grounded out to second back in the 6th inning. Sparky Lyle, probably on limited pitching duty, needs to get out of this inning. Nissa past the catcher, Howard. Tovar is going to make it to second, so a wild pitch by Lyle. Dick Williams is probably biting some fingernails over there in the dugout. Lyle looking for the signal from Howard. Leva digging into the batter's box. Tovar with a slight lean off second base. Got him. Struck out. Lyle gets the Red Sox out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We're through 8. We go to the top of the 9th inning. And it looks like the Twins are going to go with Jim Rowland. They're sticking with the left-handers. Rowland, 6-0 this season with a 1.80 ERA. He'll be taking on Carl Yastrzemski. For that, let's take a look at the outfielders, or the fielders for Minnesota here. Let's see if they're going to make any changes. Yes, I think they're going to make a few changes here. So Hernandez is going to come in for Rollins, and they're going to leave Eulander there. So that's the only change. Hernandez coming in for Rollins. Strimsky at the plate now, 1 for 1. He's walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch. High fly ball to right field, going to the track. Olivia makes the catch, 1 away. Oh, Twins fans. Conigliaro, 1 of 4, steps up to the plate. He's the reason why we're at 5-2. He had a single to right center field. Andrews scored. Yastrzemski moved to third. 1 out. Boston leads 5-2. Trying to keep up with the Detroit Tigers at the top of the American League. This one lined straight to Rosales, 2 away. George Scott, the first baseman, he's walked his last 2 times at bat. Rowland ready to deliver. This one, line drive toward the left fielder, Allison, and 3 away. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Minnesota trails by 3. Boston just needs 3 outs for the win. And we're going to see the Red Sox turn to John Wyatt, their number 1 relief pitcher. John Wyatt with 11 saves on the season. And his first at-bat will be harming Killebrew. Killebrew 0 for 3 today. Struck out his last at-bat. He's not had a good day. He'll try to redeem himself here. High fly ball, center field. Smith at the wall makes the catch. Great catch by Reggie Smith. 1 away. Twins are down to 2 outs. Bob Allison, the left fielder. 1 for 3. He has struck out his last 2 times at bat. John Wyatt, ready to deliver. This one, a high fly ball to left field. It's gone. Allison with number 14 on this season, and Minnesota cuts the lead to 2, 5-3. Don't go anywhere, folks. This one isn't over yet. Jackie Hernandez, the new third baseman, comes in. This will be his first at-bat as a Minnesota Twin. No pressure, kid. 1 out. Down by 2. Facing John Wyatt. This will be a foul ball. And Scott hustles over from first base to make the catch. 2 gone. So the Twins are down to their last out. Ted Uhlaender, 0 for 3, is the scheduled batter. We're going to take a look to see if Minnesota's going to look for a pinch hitter. They don't. Uhlander's their best bet here, even though he's gone 0 for 3. He's grounded out every time inside the infield. Needs to keep the inning alive here. Minnesota fans on their feet. Hardly any of them have left. Grounder over to Andrews, throws it to Scott. Game over. Boston Red Sox 5, Minnesota 3. So take you quickly to the box score. Boston gets their 65th win of the season. 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Minnesota drops to 51-53. Their 5-game win streak comes to an end. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Our MVP of the game, Reggie Smith. Look at the day that Reggie Smith had. 1 of 4, 1 run, and then that 3-run home run that he hit in the ball game. Lee Stange will get the win. He moves to 5-1. Wyatt will get the save. That's his 12th rescue of the season. Dave Boswell drops to 6-7. So tomorrow, these 2 teams will play again. Lonborg will start for Boston, and Dean Chance will get the start for Minnesota. And the next series after this, Boston will head to Kansas City for 2 games, and then they go to California for a weekend series there. Minnesota will host the Washington Senators for a 4-game series next week, and then the Chicago White Sox next weekend. And speaking of the Chicago White Sox, we will see them and the Minnesota Twins in our next Major League Baseball 1967 replay. The White Sox and the Twins, August 12th, 1967. Sign up for our YouTube subscription, and you'll get the drop on when we'll broadcast the game. Also, football fans, Week 10 of WFL 2021, Southern Division matchup between the Orlando Apollos and the Houston Roughnecks. Great matchup there. Should be an interesting one. So again, this is Glenn Walker. Thank you so much for watching the game tonight. This has been the Replay Sports Channel, home for great games. Good night. Drive safely.